Worldviews are really our answers to the big questions of life. There are essentially three families of worldviews. First of all, there's a worldview that believes in God or the gods. The Christian worldview believes in a single creator God who upholds the universe. There are other worldviews that believe in a multiplicity of gods that are responsible for human behavior and so on. So let's call that the theistic worldview. At the opposite extreme, there's a family of worldviews which I can call the atheistic worldviews, which say the universe is real, but there is no dimension beyond the natural. There is no God. There are no supernatural gods of any kind. And then in the middle, we could say there's the pantheistic worldview. That is the notion which is shared among a number of religions and philosophies even, that God and the universe are essentially one, an impersonal being. So there are those three families, and in them we find our answers to the big questions. Where do I come from? Where am I going? What is the meaning of life? Is this universe a creation or not? What determines my existence? Is there life after death? Those are the worldview questions. And generally speaking, all of us fit into one of those three. Of course, in addition to that, there are the skeptical worldviews, but even skeptical people, and I must say I'm a skeptic. I don't believe everything that I'm told. But skeptics tend to still belong to one of those three families of worldviews. And what I meant in the book is simply this: when you get a disaster like a tsunami or a COVID-19, we get these reactions. I mention in the book that I was in New Zealand just a few days after the earthquake and the tsunami hit in 2011. And I saw these reactions in the press. Some Christians reacted and said, well, God will keep us and we'll hold on to God even though the mountains shake. They quoted the Psalms in the Old Testament. We will hold on and trust God for the outcome. The atheist wrote and said, look, this just shows that there cannot be a God. You're deceiving yourself to believe that there is a God when we see the horror of what was happened. And then there were others who said, look, this is just karma. You know, people who suffered must be suffering because of something they did wrong in a previous existence. And therefore, if you help them, the trouble is that might help them in this life, but in the next life, they'll have to suffer that karma again. And that's what I mean by worldview reactions. They are completely different. And we got all of them in the press within the first days of that devastating tsunami.